Well, today's Monday, April 14th, and you can see here we've got several planter drums. A little windy today, why I didn't. Yesterday was real windy. Warmer, it was 84 degrees yesterday, and it's like 52 this morning. But we went on a trip to Corder, Missouri. Another Big Iron purchase. If anybody doesn't know what Big Iron is, it's an online auction company. You get here, they're up in Nebraska, where they're based out of. And we got Purple Wave Auction, which is out of Manhattan, Kansas. We've got DPA Auction too. I think they're kind of Iowa and Nebraska. Anyway, we made a purchase last Wednesday. This is another part of it. We took two vehicles so that we could have a lead vehicle, because we were a little wide coming back. It's about 140 miles. But everything went good, and that's what we got. She's a 1993 Case Cyclone Air, 16 row, 30 inch. Been shedded most of its life. And it's got the ag leader shut off for the row units. It'll shut off 2 rows at a time. And more or less it'll pull the rollers back so the seeds don't drop from 2 rows of the drum. But everything seems to be in pretty good shape. She's a little dusty from coming back roads. But the only thing we really did is we swapped these front tires out for more or less street tires. They're 10-ply tires we put on the front. Everything else pretty much went as she was. The only thing we had trouble with this part here, wanted to unlatch, and the tires started rubbing together, so we had to kind of tie that in there so it didn't unlatch. Since we didn't have hydraulic pressure on it. But anyway, the big takeaway from this whole deal is we didn't even give scrap price for it. I was watching it on the auction. Couldn't believe that it wasn't going up more, and commission and all, we got about $550 in it. That just that ag leader module that's on here for the shutoffs is used $750. New, I think they're $1,600. That module right there, there's 2 of them. And it does have fertilizer on it too, but the guy thought that the pump had quit working. But yeah, you've got the ag leader, and then you've got the ag leader clutch control module. So you got ag leader liquid product control module, and then you got the ag leader clutch control module. So not too bad a deal, I don't think. Anyway, we're not probably going to use that this year, because we're in our rotation, we've only got going to be planting about, I don't know, 9 acres, 10 acres of corn, because the rest of it will be all soybeans. But next year we'll probably be using it, and give us some time to get. We'll have to purchase a monitor and stuff for our tractor. I'd like to go with an auto steer unit, but we'll see. The guy run it last year, put a new marker on it last year, one of the discs, and I forget what else he did something else on it last year that was probably more than what we paid for it, just for what he did to it. But anyway, he wasn't exactly real happy with what he got for it from the auction, but he realizes that that's just kind of the way the auctions work. Sometimes you do real good, and sometimes the buyer does real good. Anyway, that's what's going on here on Few Farms, other than Copper trying to get in the brush pile. Must be something in there that he's really interested in, being he's about stuck in there. Copper, you gonna be able to get out of there? Hey, come on. Come on, get out of there. You ain't gonna get stuck. Yeah. He made it out. Anyway, time for me to go get some hay ground for the cows. I'll bring you back. And we got some going out the gate. We want to see if I can get some of that green grass. That's why we had to set up that fence so they can't get out. And we got little calves running everywhere. Get a lot of dust out of that hay, which I think is a good thing. That way they're not breathing it in or whatever when they're eating. Kind of amazing how much dust there is from it. like most of the cows decided to go try to get out there and get some green grass. They'll come back, hopefully. It didn't have that fence set up the way it is. We shut them in there. It'd take 2 people to feed. One would have to watch the gate. Yeah, there, we'd have to be chasing cattle. Yeah, it looks like they're coming back up here. Wasn't enough green grass for them, so at least half of them came back. Still a few of them down there. You can't make up their mind what they want to do. If they want to come up and eat hay, or if they want to try to push around and get some grass. The worst thing is we really haven't had any decent rains, spring rains. I think in the last month we've had maybe 3/4 inch of rain, but we're fairly dry. Over at the other place where we got, hopefully get some planting done here in the next week or two, it had maybe a 1/2 inch more. They're starting to spring up here to make sure they're not missing out on anything on the hay. calves eating. One thing about feeding out on the ground this way, those little calves get in a lot earlier, start eating hay. The other day I had about 3 little calves that went out with them. They squirted underneath the electric fence, so I had to get them in. Sometimes those little calves, they get cornered, they don't know what to do. He's out running. Hopefully they don't make up their mind where they're going to go. They got some thinking they're going to get out. I'm going to have to get out and get them run back in. Yeah, they're going to go back to the hay. Well, get this thing turned around and head back to the house. It's got the accordion type gate here on this end. Alright. You guys like the content? Check out Pew Farms. Give us a like and share it with your friends, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.